Hey, hello my friends, Sergio Gomez here. Welcome to my studio. Today I brought my board because I want to show you a three-step framework, super easy three-step framework that can help you as an artist achieve and accelerate greater success in your art career. If you feel right now maybe stuck in your art career, maybe you're not finding the opportunities that you're looking for, maybe you're not selling enough art as you would like, maybe you're having a hard time, making your passion into a career, transition from your day job into the life of an artist, or maybe actually things are going well but you really know that you could do better, that you can achieve for more, that there's greater success on the other side. My friend, this video is for you, and I promise you, this is my promise, I promise you that if you watch this video, if you apply at least one of these three steps, if you apply at least one of them, you're going to see better results in your art career. Promise. So check it out. My name is Sergio Gomez. I'm an artist, curator, gallery owner, author, and co-founder of the Art Next Level program. And my goal with this channel is to make marketing and art business easy so that you can grow your art career, find new opportunities, sell more art, and spend more time creating in the studio. So if you like that, make sure you click on the subscribe button and click on the little bell so that you receive notifications of our future videos. Well, my friend, I'm super excited because as I'm going to teach you about this three-step framework, I'm super excited because we are right now inside the Art Next Level program, which is our coaching, teaching program, where we do these videos for you to help artists, get their art career to the next level. We're turning 10 years, 10 years old in 2025. So it depends when you're watching this video or listening to this podcast, it may be already be 2025. So it's our 10-year anniversary. Super excited about that. Maybe you're watching this like 3 years into later, 2028, 2030, I don't know. In 2025, we turned 10 years old, and that's why, I decided to create this video, because I've been analyzing, in recent time, the careers of the artists, the success of the artists, and how that has evolved and changed over the years. And I want to share with you my findings and this framework that I'm super excited about, because I believe 100% that if you apply at least one of these three steps, is going to have a mass impact in your art career. If you apply two of those steps, you're going to have incredible success in your art career. And if you apply all three of these steps, you're going to become an unstoppable artist, really unstoppable. So that's my promise. And as I was thinking about this, how I arrived to this idea or to this framework, myself as an artist, looking back at my own success, how I have achieved exhibitions internationally, nationally, how I have taken my art, around the world as well. Thinking about, as a curator, working with so many artists, hundreds of artists from around the world, from artists who are just starting their career, and I have seen many of them kind of really push themselves into really great things, and I have seen other artists who start well and then they get stuck along the way. And I have also worked with amazing, incredible artists who have, world recognition, like the Joe Brothers. I became the curator for the Joby Art Center in Chicago, where I had the pleasure and opportunity to see their growth, to see them become international success, and create a world brand with their artwork. It's amazing. And also as a gallery owner, now for 20 years, in 2004, when we started the gallery with some friends, and now what it has become, we moved from Chicago to Florida to Palm Beach, and it's been just amazing. And we've done so many great things, and we have worked with so many great artists. And I've been looking at all this and putting together this framework that's going to help you out, that's going to help all of us as artists really achieve greater success. Doesn't matter what happens in the world, because here's what happens. A lot of artists come to us and say, hey Sergio, I feel discouraged, by what's happening in the world, the news, the politics, the wars that are going on, plus you have the economy, and sometimes the inflation is really affecting me, or whatever maybe in the world, things are not going well, maybe sales are not going well, maybe I see other artists who are not doing well, but I see others who are doing good. So, having that as the context of this conversation, I 100% believe that this framework can help, can help you, regardless of where you are in your art career, if you're emerging, mid-career, or established, or if you are an artist who have achieved greater success, or who just starting out. There's something for you here because it's applicable, it's contextual to who you are. And I'm going to show it to you right now. So, oh, by the way, Watch until the end because I'm going to give you also a free gift. Yes, I have a free gift for you and a little bit of a homework so that you can apply this into your own life, into your art career, because I really want you to be successful. So the first thing I'm going to do in order to show you this framework is draw a shape. And if you guys have been following me for a while, or if you have seen my videos before and some of the ways I teach, or if you've been also part of the Art Next Level program, you know that I love pyramids. I love a triangular shape, right? They're easy to remember. I believe that all complex things, or most of the complex things, can be downsized to a three-pillar, right, framework. So here's the three-pillar framework. So here are the centers, of course, you as the artist, right? That's you right here. And you want to achieve greater success in your art career. You want to be able to transition. You want to be able to, experience a transformation in your art career from where you are now to where you want to be in the future. So the first thing, which is, I believe, the most important thing to start with, is the word believe. Make sure I spell it correctly, because spelling is not my strength. So first is believe. We have to believe. Believe, I believe, is one of the most important things that an artist needs to hold on, needs to look at. And I'm going to give you, for each one of these three, I'm going to give you also 3 ideas that go along with it that's going to help you to achieve that. So here's the thing, right? I have met and I have worked with so many artists who, when you think about the idea of talent, that may not be as talented as other artists, but their belief, their level of confidence is so high that they excel and succeed a lot faster. They go further, they get more shows, they get more exhibitions, they get more success, they get more followers, they get more sales of their art, because they, in their mind, they believe, because they don't listen to the voices of disbelief. They believe, they build confidence, and therefore, they achieve greater success. At the same time, I have met so many very talented artists, who do incredible work, but lack confidence. They don't believe. They listen to the voices of, oh, what if this doesn't work? Or, oh, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do this. Or you as an artist, you shouldn't do that. They feel that everybody is judging them. And then maybe that's you. Maybe you right now don't have that level of confidence, that level of belief that you need in order to achieve greater success in your art career. We all, if we want to go to the next level, the next step, whatever that is for you, we have to believe. It all starts here in the head. It all starts in your mind. Most battles are won or lost right here before you get out in the world, right? So it is very important that we achieve greater belief, that we say, you know what, I believe. So I'm going to give you like 3 simple things that can help you increase your confidence level to a new height. First one is gratitude. I'm going to put here gratitude. So how does that relate to it? Well, I believe that when you have gratitude, you start looking at things with the lens of gratitude. You start to find out that, maybe things are not going so bad. Sometimes we feel like, oh, everything's going against us. I don't have opportunities. People don't respond to my work. I post it. Nobody likes it. And we get into this kind of a never-ending spiral of disappointments, negativity, and so on. And I believe that you start with gratitude, you'll start to find out like, well, actually, that person who made a comment, that person counts. That's one person who decided to comment on your art. Or that person who, gave you a compliment, that person counts. Sometimes we're expecting many, but we forget about the one. So gratitude is super important. Wake up every day as an artist with a grateful heart, with a grateful mindset. What am I thankful for today? And all of us here watching, you who are watching right now this video, there's something in common between you and me. I may not know you personally, you may not know me personally. Maybe our circumstances of life are very different. The way we make art is so different. Maybe we are in 2 opposite sides of the world, but there's something that you and I have, right? That brings us together. And that is, we are both breathing right now. Last I checked, I'm breathing. I know you are breathing, so you're watching this video. And that, my friend, that is amazing, that we can wake up this morning, we can do our life, breathe, Because I don't know how many, I don't know the statistics, but I'm sure a lot of people did not wake up today. I'm sure a lot of people did not make it today. They stopped breathing last night for whatever reason, health, accidents, whatnot. Did not wake up today. But I did, and you did. And that, my friend, is something to be very grateful for. So start with gratitude. Even when you don't see what to be grateful for, you're breathing. Close your eyes. Be aware of your breathing. Breathing, breathe out. It's like, this is amazing. We don't even think about it. It just happens in our body. That, my friend, is something to be super grateful for. So start with gratitude. Gratitude, as you start, compounding it over and over, day by day, you're going to start building confidence. Like, you know what? I'm breathing today. I can achieve some things today. I can do this. I can make that phone call. I can do that follow-up. I can do all the things. I can walk into my studio because you're breathing. You're walking into the day with a sense of gratitude. So start with gratitude. The second thing, on here to increase your belief, your mindset, I want you to also think about your mission. Think about my mission. As an artist, you have a mission. And you have perhaps heard me talk about, I'm an artist on a mission. You are an artist on a mission. You gotta sit down and think about, what's my mission? What is it that moves me in the world to make the art, to compels me to go in my studio? That's your mission. And I always say, your mission cannot be accomplished unless you actually walk yourself into the studio. Even if you don't know what you're going to create, walking yourself into the studio or your kitchen table or whatever you make art, your napkin, your sketchbook, that is walking into your mission. Because as an artist, we create. We are creators. We create, and in order to create, we need to walk into that space of creation through in our mind and also physically. So you have a mission. You have to adapt the idea that I'm an artist on a mission. When you adapt that idea that I'm an artist on a mission, you start to build also greater confidence. You're like, you know what? I have a mission in the world, and I have to accomplish that mission. Nobody else, no other artist can accomplish the mission that I have. You have a mission, I have a mission. And that is super important to understand. So when you wake up with that idea, and you have gratitude, and you say, you know what? Today, I'm an artist on a mission, and I'm going to win this day. You start building confidence. Your confidence starts going to the roof, starts going up, and that is an amazing thing. And then the last thing that you want to have is positivity. Positivity. When you start also with the positivity in your mind, in your day, you are better equipped to believe. You're better equipped to walk into your mission. You're better believed to do the things you need to do for the day, right? You have that belief. So positivity starts the way you begin the day. I highly recommend, and I have done tons of videos on this in my social media and here on YouTube. Never start your day with the news or with social media, because you're looking at what everybody else is doing. You're looking at what everybody else is worrying about instead of filling up your own tank, right? Filling up your own mind with positivity and gratitude to start the day. You have to be a little selfish in the morning and start with you. Start with yourself. Work on yourself versus, giving your time, your mind, your ideas to everybody else in the world by going in social media. Because when the moment you go in social media, you start comparing yourself, you start thinking about others, you start looking at other ideas, and all of a sudden, your mission gets watered down. Your gratitude gets down the toilet because you see all the other things that are going wrong in the world when you start with the news. But what if you change that? What if you start with positivity in the morning? What if you start with prayer or meditation or reading or exercise, something that really fills your soul, your body, your mind, so that you are better throughout the day. So everything starts here with belief, my friend. And belief is one of the most important things. And I said at the start, right? If you apply one of these, you're going to be a better artist, in this new year. So start with belief. You got to believe. You got to increase the level of belief. So what I want you to do is to say this with me. I believe. I believe. Say that right now. I believe. You can put it right in the comments of this video. I believe. When you do that, when you express it, when you share it, when you scream it to the world, you're going to start to embody it yourself. So let's start with believe, and that is the first step. The second one that I want to share with you in this video, which is super important, the second word that I found to be a key idea for success in the artist career is the word show up. Show up. Show up. Super important word, particularly in the world in which we live in today, right? A world where you need to show up. And show up is very important. First, I believe. Yes, I believe I have a mission. I believe I'm an artist. I believe I have a voice as an artist, a creative vision. I believe I have a message I need to get out into the world. But in order to do that, I need to show up. And you show up in 3 ways. So I'm going to give you the 3 ways in which all of us, we need to show up. You first have to show up to yourself, to your art. So I'm going to put here, show up to my art. I got to show up first to my art. I have to show up to the studio. I cannot show up into social media and to do my marketing and so on if I don't have the art, if I don't have good art, if I'm not committed to make the best art that I can possibly can as an artist, right? If I'm not pushing myself to find new ways of making art, to be more creative, to find new techniques, to get better at what I already do, and not to be complacent, but rather being an artist who's always in the search, always growing. I have to show up to my art. So I hope that you're showing up to your art. And maybe right now, maybe that's one of the big problems that you have. You're not showing up to your art consistently and in your full awareness. Maybe you're showing to your art, to worry about social media. You go into your studio, your creative space, checking your phone every 3 seconds. So you're distracted. Your mind is not really in the process of creation, and you need to be there fully present. So your art is super important. Next, you need to also show up to your audience. Or to your people. I'm gonna say audience here. I need to show up first to my studio. That's my first commitment. People are not my first commitment. It's my studio, my art, my first commitment. Then I need to show up to my audience to share what I did in the studio, right? To those who have already said, hey, Sergio, I love what you do. I'm following you, or I subscribe to your email list, or I show up to your show, or whatever, right? That's your audience, people who already know who you are. And that could be, an audience of 5 people, 500, 5,000, 5 million, doesn't matter, right? It's your audience, and everybody starts with one. At first, maybe it was your mom who believed in your art, or your dad, or your uncle, or your friend, or your significant other, and then it was other people, then started to become others, and others. That audience began to grow. So as an artist, the longer you're an artist, your audience begins to grow. But the only is going to grow if you continually show up. And that's something that I have done consistently all through my art career. From the start, I committed to show up. I committed to show up to my audience. And I believe that is one of the key factors that has given me, some of the greatest opportunities that I have in my art career. And studying the careers of many successful artists is the same thing. They show up. They show up. And when they show up, they get noticed. And they get noticed, they get opportunities. And that's what you want. The biggest mistake you can do is say, well, you know what? This year wasn't the great. Marketing, wasn't my strongest suit. So why showing up? Why bother? So you retrieve, you pull out, you stop showing up. And then, when you come back, it's harder because people move on. Now, at the same time, showing up doesn't mean burn yourself out and overwhelm yourself and do all, everything 24/7 that, you're going to burn out. That's not what I'm saying, right? Showing up is showing up, with a mindset that I need to also replenish myself, right? Which we talked about earlier, replenish yourself as well. So I believe in the concept of, and I have done a video of this, of push and pull, right? There's a time for you as an artist to push really hard on your marketing, to push really hard on your sales, to push really hard on the thing that you need to promote, and then a time to pull back and say, you know what, I need to retrieve. I need time for myself. I need to enjoy being an artist, to just share without the pressure or always pushing. Nobody can push forever. Even myself, which I do a lot of posting. I post multiple times a day. And if you follow me on social, you probably see me quite a bit. I've been doing live videos for a long time, and then my YouTube, and have hundreds of episodes in my YouTube and also in my podcast and so on. Even myself, I need to remember that, sometimes I push and sometimes I need to pull. So showing up to yourself in your art, showing up to your audience. And the third one is showing up to the world. This is like people do not know me yet. The people that do not know Sergio Gomez yet. There's people out in the world, in this big world, that have never heard of Sergio Gomez, that have never seen my art. They have never seen one of my videos yet. Well, by the way, I'm sure you are one of the ones who have seen my videos because you're here. And perhaps you're one of the ones who haven't clicked on subscribe yet. So make sure that right now, parenthesis, take a second, click on that little subscribe button so you know what new videos are coming out. All right, so do that for me. So show up to the world. We all need to show up to the world. And you see, right, it starts in the inner circle, me, myself, and I in the studio, then my audience, those who already know me, and then the world, extending that to the world. Very important, showing up to your art, to your audience, and to the world. And then the third thing right here, and probably as you're looking at this already, you're making some sense in your mind, you know, maybe I need to really work on the belief part of it, right? Maybe I need to really start working on my confidence level. Or maybe I need to start showing up more, right? You start to identify, I hope that you're starting to identify your weakest link. Which one is your weakest area right here that you need to improve on? And the third one here is gain. I'm gonna put gain here. This at the end of the day is super important, right? This is your aspiration. This is the end result. This is what you're looking forward to. This is what you're dreaming to get on the other side of your struggle, on the other side of your work, on the other side of the line. We understand this in the studio. All of us as artists, you walk in the studio, you start working. If you're working on a painting, you know, you start with believe that, well, I'm gonna create some work of art, right? You start showing up and actually making the work, but you start to at some point create an idea of, at the end, what I want to create is a finished work of art. You want to create something that you said is done, it's finished. You sign it, it goes out into the world, right? That's the picture that we have when we go in the studio. The gain is the last part, is that envisioning of the future. And this is so important for us as artists too. And I'm going to give you again 3 little concepts here for the idea of gaining. And the first one is you want to gain clarity and purpose. Clarity and purpose. This is very important, right? Because as artists, often along the way, we lose clarity, we get, you know, confused, we lose purpose. I met so many artists that have lost purpose in their art career, in their own art, or in the art world, in the system, and so they have kind of lost their way because they have, they have reached perhaps a point in which things change in the art world, or the galleries that used to work now they don't, and they close down, or maybe other artists having now struggling with marketing and their social media, and they don't know how this whole thing works, so they start to lose clarity, lose the purpose that they once had in the day, and now it's like, it's just not there. Now it feels like a drag. I say, Sergio, all I want to do is just make art in the studio, and I think that's what every artist wants. I just want to go in the studio and make art and don't worry about anything else, right? Because we have lost that kind of that clarity that in order to achieve the goals that we want, there are certain things that we need to do, right? We need to show up in different ways. So, you want to gain clarity and purpose. So maybe that's an area where you're lacking right now, where you're like, you know what, I really need to focus on gaining clarity and purpose. So getting a vision of the future of what I want to do. Let me tell you a quick story. The Joe brothers, who I worked for many, many years in the Joby Art Center, as I was a curator there for many years, and I saw their rise to world recognition very quickly. When they came to Chicago from China, they came with $40 in their pocket and 40 paintings. That's all they had. And remember, this is a world before social media or Instagram. And this was 1986, long time ago, over 30 years ago. And they came, but they believed that they had a vision of what they wanted to create. And they showed up. They showed up to their studio and make that, even when they were told when they arrived here, just get a part-time job and do art on the side until you can get on your ground. No, they show up to the studio every day, work, make me art. And they were able to gain, clarity and purpose of what they wanted to achieve, the vision, what they had for their art. And it worked out for them. It worked out amazing, right? They built an amazing career with clarity and purpose in the art that they create, so consistent. The next one that I want to show you right here is also opportunities. you gain opportunities. Opportunities. Did I spell it correctly? I think I did. So opportunities, you also want to find opportunities, right? Gain opportunities. When you show up, when you believe, what is it that on the other side of that? You gain opportunities. And opportunities can be in many ways. Opportunities could be more art sales of your work, more print sales, more commissions, more invitations for shows, more galleries who want to have your art, more museums, etc. Right? It's opportunities. Whatever opportunities mean to you depends where you are in your art career, right? We want to gain those, right? That's what at the other side, we want to look for opportunities, and we need to work towards those opportunities. So we have believe, show up, and gain. And the third thing here in gain is success. And success is a tricky word because success means many things to many people, right? For some artists, success means more sales. For some artists, success means recognition, being recognized for the work that they have done. For other artists, success means being seen around the world with their art, or being respected in the art community. Success means different things to different people. So in here, as you think of gaining, you need to gain also perspective for you on what success means to you, what success as an artist means to you. Because otherwise, if you don't define it, others will come and define it for you, and you will fall into that category or into that idea because you never took the time to define what success means to you. For me, success means waking up every morning and be able to live a creative life in the different ways that I have chosen to live a creative life. That's making art, selling art through the gallery, promoting other artists' art, because I believe in their work and what artists are doing in the world today, and also educating artists, right? That's my mission. That's where I wake up every morning, and if I'm able to do those things, I feel successful every day, in that sense. So you gotta think about that. What does success mean to you? What does success mean for you as an artist, And you have to define it. You have to see that in paper, so you know exactly in your mind, in your brain. Otherwise, you're gonna fall for everybody else. You're gonna see the ads that says become a successful artist, and you buy that course, and then next day you see another course, become a successful artist, and you buy that course, and everybody has their own definition from one to the other. Very different. So you gotta define what that means for you, so you go after what you're looking for. And this is, my friend, what creates your ideal future, and working on your ideal future today, right? So it starts with believe, moving on to show up, and then moving on to gain, and then you start back again, right? Because this is a kind of a cycle, a motion. It's always in motion, it's always in rotation, and this is really cool. So I believe 100%, if you take at least one of these, and if you improve even, in your confidence here, I'm gonna put your confidence, forgot to put that. If you work in your confidence level, I think you will be able to achieve great things. If you work in showing up more effectively, I believe you will achieve great things. If you work on gaining more clarity, more purpose, more opportunities, more success, I think you'll achieve great things. And if you work on two of them, I think you're going to be an amazing artist, accelerating into the future. And I believe you work on all three, you're going to become an unstoppable artist, an artist on a mission, a true artist on a mission. But I have one more thing that I want to show you, that this is really cool. And it took me a while to discover this one. So if I take all this, right, right there, and then I put a body right here, like a little person. There we go. That's a person, right? This is all in that person's, in that artist. And one very important word here is the word belong. And that is key. It took me a while to figure this one out. Belong. What does that mean? You gotta find other people, other artists, other creatives that believe in the same things, that are working to believe more, to show up and to gain. Believe, show up, and gain. When you find other people who have the same mindset, who have the same or similar aspirations, and you belong, in that group of people, you belong in that community or in that tribe, you will find greater success. Why? Because if you're right now hanging out with artists who are always complaining, who are always lacking, who are always saying what is wrong or what you should do or what should not do, or when you try something new and they criticize you, they're really holding you back, they're not the artists that you or the group that you should belong to. If you embody this, you need to be with artists who say, I want to get more confidence. I want to be better. I want to gain more success. I want to show up better. I need to find, new ways of showing up. And I want to learn new things, showing up in my art to my audience and to the world. And I want to find more clarity or have more purpose, find more success. That's the people that you want to be around with, because those are the people that are going to help you get where you want to be, because everybody is going in the same direction. Everybody has similar set standards of the artists that they want to become. So you gotta belong, very important word, gotta belong somewhere that you can find people like this. And that's why, that's exactly why we created the Art Next Level program, because we wanted to create a program where artists can belong, where I myself as an artist, I can find people that want to, take their confidence to the roof, and they can really want to achieve greater success, that are ready to show up and that are ready to gain purpose and clarity, opportunity, success, more sales, whatever it is that they want to achieve. That's the people I want to hang around with, and that's the people I hang around with when I show up to my community, to my audience, to the people who I belong to, the group I belong to, Art Next Level. That's what we build. So I'm one of those people that I don't like to complain about things. A lot of times artists say, how come you're so positive? How come, you're always happy, or you're always kind of like never stop and complaining and things like that? I'm an artist who, first of all, I have faith. I'm an artist of faith. So I believe, that as an artist of faith, the Creator made me to create and to build beautiful things. And one of those beautiful things is community. Build community. I love community. And I love to feel that I belong somewhere. So instead of complaining, I look for solutions. I'm always looking for solutions. Instead of, nagging every day about the things that are going wrong. I'm like, what can I do about it? What can I do about it? And that's why, we build a beautiful community of artists, the Art Next Level. So if you have never heard of it, check it out. It's called the Artist Next Level. You will find a link down here somewhere in the description or in the pinned comment, or here, theartistnextlevel.com. And as we celebrate 10 years, of working with artists, helping artists, this point forward, we're going to do everything inside our next level based on believe, show up, and gain. That is our new model. That's our new mission, to help artists believe, to help artists show up, to help artists gain what they're looking for. So if you like that, if you strive for those things, come and find us, because that's where you can belong and be part of something amazing. Now, what I would like to do, my friend, as I wrap up this session, is invite you to do things. First of all, in the comments of this video, let me know which of these three things is your strength, because we all have strengths and weaknesses. Which one you feel like you're good at? Which one is it in the positivity or in the gratitude, or maybe you're really good at showing up to your art, but really not really good at showing up to your audience. Which one is your strength, and which one you need to work on? Comment, put it here in the comments, so we can all help each other out as well. In the comments of this video, let me know where you land, your strength and your weakness, because we all have them. And then the last thing is you can download a free resource that I created for you that will also have this as a visual that you can just print it out, post it in your studio door or in your studio wall. So when you walk up in your studio, when you walk into your studio, maybe when you wake up, if you fall asleep in your studio, but when you walk into your studio, you can be reminded to believe, you can be reminded to show up, and you can be reminded to gain. We all have something to gain. So my friend, thanks so much for watching. If you love this video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment, make sure you download the free resource, and keep an eye on future episodes. And don't forget, join us inside our next level, because we are the community where you can belong and be part of. But wait, before you leave this video, if you are an artist who wants to grow your art career and wants to achieve greater success, make sure you check out the Art Next Level program. You will find a link under this video. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the next video that we have recommended just for you.